Welcome back to the Patrick Show. As you can see, we're at a unique spot here today at East Rowan, and as I have a big-time special guest, is Andrew Coach Poore, big-time coach of mine. But before we keep talking about him, let's look at the awards we got here. A bunch of awards, with it being men's and women's basketball, golf as well, and big-time baseball. So a lot of history here at East Rowan. But with that being said, let's get to the podcast. Peace. Welcome back to the Patrick Show, and as you can see here, we're at a different location here. We had to take a trip outside of the Davidson County area, and we're here at East Rowan. And this special person beside me is Coach Andrew Poore, coach of mine back in the day. So tell the folks listening at home or wherever they may be, just a little bit about yourself, your coaching experience, and your days of playing basketball.
So again, this is the beginning of my 15th year. I've done 14 years. I started off at South Davidson for 3. Once Oak Grove opened in 2012, I was there for at least 6-7 years, coaching basketball and baseball.
Yes, sir.
And then ended up leaving there to take a position to be a varsity head, which is one of my goals. A.R. Brown for a year, Lexington Girls for 2 years, and now here at East Rowan, in my 3rd year.
Gotcha.
I'm coaching and teaching PE.
Yes, sir. All right. It's a pleasure having you here on the podcast. And as always, we're going to go ahead and bow our heads for a short prayer. All right. Father God, I thank you for all the blessings you continue to provide each and every one of us, Lord. I ask that during our trials and tribulations, Lord, that we look after one another, Lord, that we be thankful for the friends and peers that we may have, Lord. I ask that we continue to point to you, Lord, whenever times get tough, Lord. I ask that we continue to find ways to honor and glorify your name. In the Lord's name we pray, amen. Whoa, hold it right there. As you can see through my podcast lately, I've been going all throughout Davidson County. So go ahead in comments, let me know where you want to see me next. All right, let's get back to the pod. Peace. And with that, we always on the podcast, we start off with the hot take. So we put our special guest on the hot seat. So you ready? It's gonna be a good one. Good question to start you off. Okay. All right. So my question to you, though, the hot take is, what has been? Wait, hold up. I switched it. I got it wrong. What for your hot take? I gotta ask you. Out of all the numerous teams and you've played or coached and wide variety of ages, what has been the most difficult? I guess you said.
By far, with the different ages and even the different gender.
Correct.
I still say males are the difficult
really
individuals to coach. A lot of it has to do with ego. So,
yes, sir.
This age and time, kids are wanting to do their own thing, so trying to teach them the basic fundamentals comes a little easier when you're coaching girls.
Yes,
just from my perspective.
Okay. You definitely, that was a good spin. I definitely was anticipating you say females, but okay, that's good. That's interesting. And with that, we're gonna keep rolling, and we're gonna talk about high school. Or before we talk about high school, I want you to talk to us a little bit about your days at South Davidson. Okay. Your 3 years there. How was that for you, especially being your first time coaching South Davidson?
Coming out of school and actually going to South Davidson, again, I was fortunate. I had the Hatfield twins my first year, so I got a little spoiled on kids who could actually play basketball and do football as well. The 2 remaining years, we had to develop the kids, so it was more of a learning process, getting them ready for high school. I think it's prepared me for where I am today. Teaching fundamentals.
Awesome. And then with that, where you actually coached me your last year at Oak Grove Middle School, walk us through some of some memories you'd like to share with us when it came to Oak Grove basketball.
When you think about Oak Grove and football and basketball, probably some of the best years of my teaching career. I mean, when you think about the PE part, kids love it. Think about athletics, it's enriched and it's ingrained in the community. So that's something you can't take away. The atmosphere of the games still haven't changed, won't change, just because of that school pride. So when I look at Oak Grove, that's what I feel that they do the best. It's the school pride. They back you. It's Grizzlies.
Yes, sir.
So I loved it.
Yes, sir. We love to say here, Grizzly pride at Oak Grove. I'm glad that still is a special place in your heart. And I was blessed to have my class, the class of 2022, we were actually had you as our first year in 7th grade, and then we had the new coach who's currently still Coach BJ Harris. So it was definitely a good mix, because both of your coaches definitely different techniques of coaching styles. So it was definitely good to it causes us to be flexible, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be on your toes and be ready for whomever your coach is. And, you got to be prepared. You got to be able to be dependable, I guess you could say. And with that, and then we'll talk about in your next timeline. After that was girls, was it Brown? What was the...
So actually, when I left Oak Grove, that was the first opportunity I could coach varsity basketball. Like I tell people now, honestly, that's the job I would not have left, but the opportunity to coach up at high school was available for me. So I was at A.L. Brown for a year.
Yes, sir. Where is that at? Because I remember you told me that. I wasn't familiar with it.
It's in Kannapolis. So you're going to Cabarrus County. So I was actually that year driving probably about 50 minutes to an hour, teaching PE and coaching women's basketball. So neat experience. I wouldn't trade that one either. Great experience, learned a lot from it, especially from the varsity level.
Yes, sir.
Widened my eyes a lot.
Yep. And then with that, and then you, after that 1 year there, you went to Lexington Girls for 2 years. So walk us through, I guess I want to hear the transition from middle school boys to high school varsity women. I know that's definitely a technique or difficult transition.
So when you look at the transition from middle school boys to actually varsity girls, I actually had to learn how to control myself a little bit more from when I actually coached you guys in middle school. Being able to relate to kids more, talking to them more, because when you're dealing with girl athletes, you're trying to build up their confidence a little bit more. You can't, yell and get on them as much, but you also got to praise them. So that was the thing I actually had to learn coaching girls. And it was a learning experience. I learned a lot in different ways and techniques to motivate kids.
Yes, sir. That's awesome. And then once you were here with Lexington Girls, then you finally landed here at East Rowan. And so talk to us about that transition and being able to finally coach varsity male athletes.
So at Lexington, again, I had some good players with Mackenzie, Harvin, and Sophie. Had some great teams there those 2 years. One of the toughest decisions to do to leave that, but the opportunity again to coach boys kind of intrigued me.
Yes, sir.
This is a hard conference, tough conference, and I'm always looking for that. I guess you could say something that's going to push me, make me a better coach.
Yes, sir.
Something that's a risk that I took. It's pushed me to be a better coach as well.
Right.
But it's a good transition so far.
Yep, and that just looks awesome in your resume, I'm sure, being able to coach such a variety of age groups and genders, as you said. So with that being said, and then we'll talk about this current past season that has just went by, and we'll talk about the star athlete of your team was T. Harris Jr., and he was a phenomenal player, averaged 20-plus during the season. And I noticed that he's a senior this year. So I guess I got to ask, who should we be looking at here at East Rowan Mustangs to fill in the big shoes?
With actually T and Dylan, we're losing our two main scorers. So Dylan's a 1,000-point scorer, averaged 17, actually got accepted into Carolina.
Wow,
so
that's phenomenal.
He's going on to be at Carolina. And then obviously T, 2 years junior, is a senior, averaging double-double. So we're losing a lot of our offense production, but we've got a kid that's a senior coming up in Jonathan Wabola that's going to turn some heads. I feel like he's going to be the next person to kind of lead us in the scoring part next season.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. So I'm definitely excited about that. I'll make sure I tune in to watch some Coach Andrew Porter basketball. And then we're going to transition to some college ball. Okay. And you're a Winston-Salem State alumni. So talk to us, because you actually played for them for 2 years, that 2005 and 2006. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So 2005, 2006. So talk to us about some memories you had there at Winston-Salem State University.
Overall, a different experience, coming from high school, going to college. It humbles you a little bit once you're in high school, and I guess you can say you're the star of your town. Well, once you go to college, everybody's on that same level. So you get a little humbled. You learn what it takes to work and do what the coaches need for you to, get on the floor. And I think as my 2 years got on, I started getting a little bit more playing time. Obviously, preferred walk-on, redshirted my freshman year. So I worked my way up to gain the time that I needed for our team. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Great experience. Coaches pushed me to be the best academically and athletically. I think the best memory for me at Winston is our freshman year when we actually beat the #1 team.
Who was that at that time?
It was Virginia Union at that time.
Okay, yes, sir.
So we actually beat them on our home floor. So that was kind of a neat experience to see.
Yes, sir.
There at Winston-Salem State.
Yep. Gotcha. And then what some of you at home or wherever you may be listening to this, I myself am plan on enrolling with Winston-Salem State University to hopefully play football. And it's funny how we have similar stories as I'm getting preferred walk-on with them as well. So, I hope to do kind of like you were saying, whenever you have that offer, you got to continue to build up and build a name for yourself because it's definitely a new chapter, of course, with that. And I think I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm excited for the new chapter for myself. And with that being said, we'll keep talking about Winston-Salem State University. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but they just this season, they are the CIA championship. So I'm not sure if you've been watching them play, but what does that mean to you as an alumni?
I mean, you can see that the program's getting better and better since I've left. I mean, several CIAA championships, Division II experiences. You have one of the best coaches that you could ever have in the CI with Cleo Hill. I mean,
yes, sir.
His dad's on the wall, retired jersey. So when you have somebody of that legacy, it's just cool to see that they're winning championships and kids are wanting to go there.
Yes, sir, for sure. And with that, let's get back to a little bit about you, Andrew Poore. And I know whenever you look up, you had went into the draft, you went undrafted. So talk to us a little bit about that part of journey in your life after Winston-Salem State basketball.
So when you look at Winston-Salem State and my journey there, first Division I team to actually play, so I have that experience too.
Yes, sir.
As well as transitioning out of the basketball world. So not undrafted, like a lot of kids don't understand. There's so many players that they're pulling from.
Right, absolutely.
For those professional opportunities.
Yes, sir.
And my professional calling was to be a teacher and coach. So I accept that.
Yes, sir.
I enjoyed playing while I could play. But now I enjoy the coaching part, seeing the kids enjoy the success that they can have on the floor.
Gotcha. And was that always the mind and goal of being a teacher as well as a coach?
I mean, starting from the age of 4, you can ask my parents, I was drawing plays up. I've always wanted to be a coach and influence kids and be around kids and help them be the best player they can be. Honestly, it doesn't matter about my record. It's just seeing the kids' faces when they're winning games and they're getting that success. That's the best feeling to me. And then the most upsetting is when, they don't get those opportunities. And you see the things that they can be.
Yes, sir.
But at the age they're at, they don't really understand it. So that's kind of the toughest things that you can see as a coach, their potential.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I love that. And then that leads right into the big time question. All right, you ready for the big time question?
I'm ready.
All right, my big time question is asking you, you talked to us a little bit during the hot take about one of your goals was becoming a varsity coach. I guess I want to ask, do you want to continue or go further beyond this in high school, maybe collegiate?
I mean, growing up, it's always been the opportunity to lead a varsity program. I wouldn't knock it away if I had a college opportunity, but just having a family and having a wife right now, I think the varsity level's comfortable with me and trying to have consistency and having success that way.
Yes, sir.
I know how the college business works.
Right.
So there's not a lot of time with your family. There's not a lot of time to do a lot of things because you're recruiting and you're practicing. So that's just something right now that I don't see that's in my future, because I'm just happy where I am now.
Gotcha. I love to hear that. I'm very appreciative of your time here at East Rowan Mustang. So go ahead and check out them, their program, and a lot of success going through it this way. And I want to give you the floor one more time if you'd like to add, any more comments or advice you'd like to give anybody.
The advice that I have these kids now, with the transfer portal going on, I'm actually going through this now with one of my players. It's a tough thing. Talking to college coaches now, the opportunities are limited. So if I had any advice for any of the kids playing any of these sports, make sure you're getting on the best travel teams to showcase your talents.
Yes, sir.
To help you reach that next level. Because coming from my view, looking at it with T, it's a hard experience trying to get kids recruited.
Yes, sir. It sure is. Absolutely. Yep. And that transfer is a beast. It's a beast for sure.
It's killing high school athletics, especially seniors getting those opportunities.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time as always. And before we go, and as we end the show, we always give it a little peace sign at the end. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, peace. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for staying and watching all the way to the end of the podcast. And for those who did so, all you have to do right now is go on the YouTube comments and do
Whoa. We're going to do something a little different this time. Instead of saying the same old hashtags, we're going to have you go down below on the YouTube comments and comment your favorite color. We're going to do something different. So do that right now. Comment down your favorite color, and you'll have a chance to win this free long sleeve merch. All right?
And that way you'll have a chance to win a shirt of mine. So thank you again for staying all the way to the end. Make sure to always like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.